What's up, movie maniacs? Back with another one. And in this video, I don't have a whole bunch to talk about. I think I've got like 5 movies to review with only 2 new ones. Yeah, I'm not sure where all my new ones are at because I've got like 20 plus in the mail. They'll probably all come on Saturday when I gotta work. And then I get back at like 10:30 at night and I gotta go through them all, which is kind of annoying. But not to complain, I'm just saying I got a lot on the way. Before we get into the movies, I want to go over this real quick. Whoa! What's in that huge box, you might be asking? More Blu-ray cases. And what's crazy is these are all 2-disc Blu-ray cases. I went ahead and I just bought 100 of them. I figured this should last me pretty much forever. But it's crazy because they're like sold out of the single Blu-ray cases. Like, I don't know what happened. I had some in my cart and now they said that they're gone and they might not ever be coming back. And I'm like, what? How can you not have single Blu-ray cases? But let's take a look at one of these real quick to see what the quality is like. But yeah, these look good. The blue color is spot on because I'm never too sure about the blue. Different companies, I don't know if they use like different exposures or something when they take pictures of their product, but sometimes they look really light blue in the pictures. Other times they look perfect. Sometimes they look purpley. So yeah, but these are spot on. The cases seem durable. The plastic on the front here is all smooth. It's not wrinkled up. So yeah, these are good. And like I said, these are all 2-disc cases and I've got 100 of them. Get those out of the way. Yeah, I was going to buy 100 of the single disc ones. And like I said, I can't even find any on Amazon. Like the 2 companies that I've purchased from so far are both sold out. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But let's get into the movie reviews. Like I said, I've got 5 of them to talk about. First one right here, Pitch Perfect Part 2. Because if you guys have been watching the channel, you know how much I love Pitch Perfect Part 1. It's like one of my favorite movies. So I was hoping that this one would be half as good as the first one. And I would say it's pretty good. I'd say it's easily half as good as the first one. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Was it good or not? It was good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it's pretty decent. I enjoyed watching it. It seemed a lot longer though. So I don't know. Just seemed like this kind of drug on for a while. And I didn't like the music quite as much as in the first movie. I don't know if these are just like more modern songs that they're singing, songs that I don't know. But yeah, I couldn't relate to a lot of the songs in here. Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele, he's in this. He's like this bigwig music producer. Oh my God, he is hilarious. Super funny. One of my favorite characters in the movie. Once again, Elizabeth Banks is hilarious. She's like the a cappella announcer. And she produced this movie too, which was kind of surprising. I saw that pop up in the ending credits, and I didn't know she was a movie producer. I didn't know she had done anything before. But yeah, this is good. Fat Amy's in it once again, and my God, she's even fatter than in part 1. I was expecting that she'd lose a little bit of weight coming back for the sequel, but no, it's like she gained like 40 more pounds. Yeah, she's huge in this. However, she's funny. I know that's part of her character, to be Fat Amy. But man, she is gigantic. I love the new girl, the one that writes the song, the Flashlight song. Dude, she's great. And I especially like the ending musical sequence that they do with all the legacy Bellas showing up at the end to help sing along. That was great. Yeah, overall, this is good. I would give it, a positive review. Moving on to the next one here, Into the White. This was a blind purchase. I had never seen this before, didn't know anything about it. I just did a quick Google search, read a little bit about it, and thought it sounded good. So I went ahead and I bought it. This was really cheap too. I think this was like either $1 or $2. But basically it's about back in World War II, you've got the British and the Germans both fighting over Norway. And they were having dogfights with the planes and stuff. And just so happens that a German plane crashed and a British plane crashed over Norway. And there were survivors from each crash, and they end up meeting up at this little hunter's cabin in Norway. And it's just good, man. I love the the characters. I love the dynamic between the different, characters, because they're enemies, but yet they got to survive together in this little cabin. You've got 3 Germans and you've got 2 British guys. And I guess this was like a true story too. This all really happened. But it's crazy. It's like they got to survive this brutal winter up in this little hunter's cabin. And of course, by the end, they come to respect each other and they're friends. So it's really good. Yeah, I was into this. It's a great story. Real interesting. Highly entertaining. Yeah. 2 thumbs up for this one for sure. Yep. Highly recommend it. Good movie. Good movie. Next on the list here, Brad Pitt in Ad Astra. And when I was doing my research on this movie, because I had never seen it before, this is another blind buy, the knock on this was that it was really boring. Just a real slow developing story, kind of boring. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. It was slow, but this is more of a cerebral movie. It's real calculating. It's not your over-the-top action movie. There's not a lot of yelling in this. Everybody's pretty much got like low-key emotions throughout this whole thing. So yeah, but it was good. I mean, I liked it. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the visual effects. I loved the way it was shot. And another thing that I liked about this movie was the space equipment that they were using. It seemed legit to me. It wasn't over the top, like super futuristic looking. It looked like stuff that we have now, but just like a little bit more advanced. Yeah, this was cool though. I mean, I liked it. I don't know when I'm going to be watching it again, but it wasn't super duper boring. My only gripe with this was the forced diversity. My God, man, they got to put that shit in every single movie. Every single movie. It's like you got to have a black woman in like every scene. When he goes to meet with the higher ups to do this secret mission, this top secret classified mission, of course, one of the high ups is a little black lady. And then there's a black woman who's on the ship with him that goes out to Neptune. And then there's a black woman, I don't know if she's black, but she's some kind of brown minority that's running the Mars base. She's in charge of everything. It's like, come on, get out of here with that shit. Get the hell out of here with that. I'm so sick of seeing it. It's because it's not realistic. It's just not real. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like, in the future, everybody's diverse and everybody gets along and everybody loves each other. But did you guys see the Wisconsin State Fair the other day? Did you see the Wisconsin State Fair? Okay, I think we're quite a ways away from the way they portray these people in this movie. I think we're like thousands of years away, if ever. I mean, what are we going on, like 400 years now of trying to coexist? And we're probably at our lowest point right now as far as coexisting and not being on the brink of a full-on race war. So yeah, it gets old seeing that shit in like every single movie. But let's move on to the next movie. I know that probably triggered some people. And if that triggered you, you might want to flip the video off because it's going to get even worse. But before I get to it, let's talk about Wolfman with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. And I really enjoyed this movie. This was much better than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting just like a really bad movie. I don't know why I had that in my head, but I didn't think this was going to be very good at all. But I love the atmosphere. I love the setting. It's like the 1800s in England. Some of the CGI was a little corny. I mean, you could definitely tell it was CGI in certain scenes, but they did an awesome job on the actual Wolfman. Dude, he is probably the best Wolfman that I've ever seen. Total badass. He just looks so good, man. The way they made him look with wearing that white shirt that gets all bloody and stuff, it's all ripped open. Like, it's a legit Wolfman. It's legit. And when they wheel him in towards the end of the movie, they got him all strapped up because he's like in the asylum or whatever. And they're like, yeah, you're not really a wolf man. Those don't really exist. And they wheel him in on the night of the full moon. And he's got all those doctors around, and of course they're all laughing at him and stuff. And he's like, get out of here. He's like, I'm going to kill you all. And they're like, oh, yeah, right. You can't kill us. I don't know if that was the right accent. That sounded a little Australian. But I'm saying they're all laughing at him. And then, of course, he starts turning into the Wolfman. He busts out of the straps. Dude, that scene is badass. He just goes on a killing spree. But this was cool. And Benicio del Toro, who I'm typically not a big fan of his, some of his stuff I was like, it's okay. I can't really think of any role that he's played that really stands out to me. But I think he did a great job in this, man. He makes a good Wolfman. Yeah, just something about his eyes. Yeah, he just a really good job. Anthony Hopkins was pretty good too. And the chick was great. I liked whoever that woman was. I can't even read that writing on the back. It's too small. But she was good. I've seen her in some other stuff. Yeah, I like this a lot. Good movie. Now this next one, I have a love-hate relationship for. I think it's hilarious, but then there are parts that actually pissed me off. Let's just get into it. Hit and Run with Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell, and Tom Arnold. I'm going to talk about the good things first. For starters, this movie is hilarious. It's a total Dax Shepard comedy. I mean, it's funny. Dude, Tom Arnold, he probably steals the show, in my opinion. Every scene he's in has me laughing. Yeah, super funny. Yeah, I love it. It's got good car scenes, good action. Bradley Cooper's in this. He's great. He plays this like wannabe black guy with dreadlocks and stuff. But now I'm going to get into the negative aspects of this. Trigger warning. If you're easily offended, if you're a snowflake, you might want to turn the video off right now because I'm about to rant. I'm about to rant on this thing. As funny as this movie is in scenes, it's that woke in other scenes, and it is so obnoxious to listen to. It is so nauseating to hear all this woke garbage. And this is like way before Trump, way before any of this stuff. This is probably like 15 years old or something almost. This is getting up there in age. This is not a new movie, but it's so super duper woke. And I cannot stand the way that they portray white people in this. Okay, it's like you got the one black girl who used to be Dax Shepard's fiance. Now she's with Bradley Cooper. I mean, these white guys are passing her around like she's a baton. It's like, dude, can't you do any better than this sassy black woman who the first things out of her mouth in the movie is she's talking about being a black woman and something about white chicks and white women. And it's like, God damn, I mean, everything has got to be about race when it comes to black women. It is so fucking obnoxious to have to hear all the time. And then you've got Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard who seem like total libtards. Just total freaking libtards. I mean, I get it. Kristen Bell's character in this movie is she's like a non-violent resolution. She wants to teach that in college or something, how to resolve things without violence. Okay, I can get that. But she's so over the top with it. Like in one scene, Dax Shepard's got this badass Lincoln Continental car. It's all souped up with a badass engine in it. And these white guys always keep coming up to him at the gas station. And the one guy's like, he's like, you got nitrous in there? He's like, no, nitrous is for fags. I got cubic inches. And then later on they're driving and Kristen Bell's like, did you use the word fag? She's like, did you really use the word fag? And he's like, yeah, but I didn't mean it in like a homophobic way. I just, I meant it as lame in substitute of the word lame. And she's like, well, why didn't you just say lame then? He's like, it's the same reason I say fuck instead of frick. He's like, it packs more of a punch. And she's like, oh, so if I called my purse the N-word and I said, oh, honey, could you go get my N-word? You'd be okay with that? She starts relating it all back to, this whole big scene where she's just preaching to him because he said the word fag. It's like, oh my God, really? Really? And then at the next gas station, another white guy comes up and he's like, dude, badass car. He's like, how much you spend on that engine? And then as they're driving away, she's like, have you noticed this car attracts a certain type of person? Have you noticed that? What, white guys? Straight white guys who love cars? She's like, let's just call them rapists. Let's just call them rapists. So she's already bagging on them because they're white guys. She's talking about not, you can't say anything about gay people or anything, but she's going to then go off and call white guys rapists for no reason. She doesn't know these people, but she wants to call them rapists anyways. Yeah, the whole movie is so obnoxious when it comes to this. And then there's another scene where Bradley Cooper, because basically Dax Shepard gets Bradley Cooper locked up, and Bradley Cooper's after him Dax Shepard is supposed to be in witness protection. And anyways, he finds him, and they're having their confrontation because they used to be like best friends. And Dax Shepard's like, he's like, dude, you did like 8 months in jail, big deal. And Bradley Cooper's like, I got butt fucked, okay? I got butt fucked. And Dax Shepard's like, oh. He's like, I didn't realize that. I thought that only happened in prison. He's like, I'm really sorry to hear that. He's like, was it a black guy? And Bradley Cooper's like, no, it wasn't a black guy. He's like, oh, because I thought if it was a black guy, it's like he wouldn't even consider you a man, because us white people are such bitches. He just would have looked at you as a bitch. So it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because we're such pussies as white people. He starts going on this big tirade about how white people are pussies and how black people treat us like bitches. And just, it's like, what the fuck, man? Why do you have to have all this shit in the movie? Seriously. I can't stand it. What, you're going to talk shit on us because we obey the law? Because we don't beat each other up? Because we don't commit over 50% of the violent crimes in America? So we're bitches? Yet we built this place? We colonized it? We developed it? And now everybody wants to come here and live here? Off the backs of what we built? But we're bitches? No, fuck that. Fuck you, Dax Shepard. I do like that movie, though. The majority of that movie is good. There's just a few scenes that really annoy the hell out of me. Really annoy the hell out of me. But anyways, yeah, that was a new release. I just got that one yesterday. And then the other one that I got new was Parkland. This is about the JFK assassination. This has got a whole bunch of big names in there. I saw a preview for this on another movie, and I thought it looked pretty good. And then I saw it come through for like $2, brand new, unopened, with the slipcover. So I was like, what the heck, let's get it. I might watch this one with my dad someday. This might be one that he might enjoy. But yeah, this is about the JFK assassination. And from what I could tell, watching the previews of this goes right along with the mainstream narrative. This is not going to probably talk about anybody shooting him from the front. This is, Lee Harvey Oswald shot him from the book depository building or whatever, and somehow the bullet turned around and hit him from the front because it was a magic bullet. Yeah, so this is going to be like all mainstream. This is probably not going to touch on any of the conspiracy theories, which is crazy because during the JFK assassination, that's when, I don't know if it was the CIA or whatever, came up with the term conspiracy theorist. So if anybody questioned the official narrative, you were then labeled a conspiracy theorist. Because, you can clearly see from the Zapruder film, he gets shot from the front. Boom! Back of his head blows off. If he's getting shot from behind, how does the back of his head blow off? And his head snap back? It doesn't make any sense at all. It's crazy. It's almost as bad as trying to believe that aluminum airplanes flew right through steel and concrete buildings, and none of the parts bounced off and fell to the ground. No, it went right through like a Wile E. Coyote cutout. The little wing tips and everything went right through the steel and concrete. You could see the perfect imprint of the airplane that went through. Yeah, it just went right through. In reality though, an aluminum airplane would have bounced straight off and pieces would have fallen to the ground. But that's not what happened. It went right into it. You know why? Because there were no planes. Okay, I probably just lost a bunch more subscribers if anybody's even still watching this video at this point. But I think this is the point where I need to wrap it up. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And until the next one, y'all, peace.